it's taking a lot in me to even attempt to deliver this message here. This came in on Friday, and it's been so hard for me to gather the courage to like actually deliver it, and it might make me a little emotional, so that's okay. This is for my divine feminines. This is for my soft girlies. You don't have to be like an actual girl, but like my soft girlies. um gonna show you the cards first, and then we'll get into it. This is from the Solitary Riches Oracle deck, which I typically only use for myself, but I felt very called to share a message with you guys from it. So the first card we have out is What She Wants a Selkie, which is so funny because I put on Selkie oil this morning from Moonlight and Sage. She sleeps with the stars. Look closely for She's Not Lonely, Nearing Skyclad, the Garden of the Hollowed Moonlight, yeah, and then the Charging of Her Wand. And then we also have, I've got stuff everywhere, y'all. Yin, all that glitters, flexible. And I'm also hearing the song Naked by James Arthur. Hey, you there? Can we take it to the next level, baby, if you dare? Don't be scared. Here I am, I'm giving all I can. I'm standing here naked. This is more of a self thing. What She Wants a Selkie talks about, like, there is a part of you, all of you really, that's like longing for you to come forward, longing for you to strip down and stand in the moonlight, like bare in the moonlight, metaphorically or physically, if that's possible for you, like, and just let yourself be bathed in the light of the moon. To do that, like to go into life in that way, as in going bravely into the darkness and being stripped bare, and allowing yourself to be stripped bare, allowing yourself to see what is there once all pretense is gone, once, you know, all of the layers that are like holding you back or like protecting you, covering you really from yourself, once all of those are gone, who's the person under there? And it's asking you to bring that person up within you. And this is really kind of a thing of like the night has wisdom for you, as in there is this part of you that's like longing. Back to what I was saying about, sorry, I'm all over the place, but we'll get it together. Back to what I was saying about What She Wants a Selkie. This card specifically talks about having dreams, longing of being in the water, going like traveling the depths of the water, exploring the depths of the water, swimming with familiars, animals, selkies, that sort of thing, and never letting go of your freedom and unwillingness to be caged, to be tamed, to be changed. And really what that meant for me, of like having dreams of exploring the waters and like the depths and like the freedom of that, is exploring the depth of your emotion, having the space to explore the depth of your emotion and to freely express said emotion. And I think that's what the wisdom of the night has for you. There's a call to drop the mask as it pertains to how it is that you're showing up in the world and what it is that you really need. There's a big part of you that very much longs for a deeper connection with the earth, with the people around you, and honestly probably with the path of the witch, a witch, right? And it's like you are shying away from this for whatever reason, and it's holding back this depth within you, this huge integral part of you. It's like we've lived many lives past, and many lives past in your own life, you were a witch. You were guided by the moon, you were guided by the night, you were guided by the darkness. And that doesn't necessarily mean darkness as in like the pool of evil or anything like that, but no, like the hidden mysteries, the sacred feminine, right? The wild way, the true way. You were guided by that, ruled by that, and you found freedom of expression and freedom of being in that. It allowed you to receive, it allowed you to be open, and it really connected you with your psyche, with your intuition, with the depth of who it is that you are. And you've moved away from that, and you're being called to become receptive to that again. And deeper than that, it's like there's this huge part of you in all lives past that was incredibly soft. Just no matter how you look at it, was just an incredibly like soft, gooey, like tender-hearted person, being. And you've really moved away from that as well. My mouth is so dry. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I need to take a sip of tea. Sorry, I didn't mean to slurp that. But this is just me. I don't know why I do know why I'm so nervous about this, because I myself, literally I was just about to pull tarot, the wheel at the bottom of the deck here. It's time. I myself was channeling Friday and just asking what Scorpio season was bringing for me, and it's this like unraveling of my true spirit. And I've talked before about how I'm a very soft, loving, tender-hearted person, and I sort of realized within this meditation that I have, like, I know this about myself, but I've lost the connectedness, the ability to express that. I don't even know what it means anymore. And he talked a lot about really, I say it, but it was spirit talking to me. Mentioned a lot of like maiden energy, right? The energy of the triple face goddess, maiden, mother, crown. I feel like I've existed too heavily in mother and crown energy, and I'm unbalanced because there's a huge part of me that's being called to really embody maiden energy. Excuse me, confirmation burp. All three are needed, and all three will be ever more present in your life at a time. But me, as an archetypal being, I know I mostly embody like a maiden energy, and I very much shied away from that. Like the optimism of life, the the beginning, freshness, purity, innocence, playfulness, curiosity. That's who I am, true to my nature. And I've really shied away from that. And I just started to cry because it was just like a loss of innocence, a loss of spirit, of like my own childlike spirit. And I think that's why I felt so called to share this, because it's like it felt very collective. It felt very like personal, individual to myself, but it also felt very collective. Spirit, what else? Actually, what energy are you sitting in right now? We'll get that really quickly. Whoa. Yeah, we'll just, before we even, let's see, hold on. Yeah, flew out. We've got the Four of Cups that came out kind of like sideways. We've got Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and Five of Wands. What I'm getting with this is I feel like you don't know what you're working towards. You don't know, and then we have Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, and then the World behind it. I think you don't know what you're fighting for. You don't know what you're creating, and it's like you're doing all of this work, and you don't necessarily know what it is for. You don't know what you're going towards, and it's making you very like, it's making you conflicted. And also it's funny that all that glitters came out, because that talks about you know, like the grass is greener on the other side, sort of like energy, like the essence of that. And it's kind of like, that's kind of what I'm getting here with the Five of Wands here out. It's like, because you don't necessarily, because you're so dissatisfied with your life and how it is that you are presenting, right? Four of Cups, you don't fully know what it is that you are working for, and it's very much a stand for something or you'll fall for anything energy. And it's because you're not coming home to the true essence of self. You're not pulling from the wellspring of you, right? And creating from there, bringing things from like from potential to form there through this very abundant creative energy. And that is expressed through you by tapping into a very childlike innocence. And with Seven of Wands here, I started hearing, I literally just channeled a message last night for the Divine Masculine Collective that mostly talked about opening your heart and softening. And that's, I just got like a glimpse of Man in the Mirror with that. That was the song that came up for them. It just really the point of like making a stand, kind of doubling down on kind of doubling down on, this is who I am, right? Like an unwillingness to be changed, an unwillingness to be deceived, to go through this world. For me, like Seven of Swords is very like lone wolf energy. A lot of people say that, right? But what I specifically get with that is like a wolf in the winter, right? Like hunting on the prowl, but like on its own. And you don't have to be in this perpetual winter period where you are on your own out in the cold. You can pause. She sleeps with the stars. Look closely. She's not lonely, or whatever it is. Near Cyclad, the charging of her wand. You have familiars. You have other energy around you. You are very much connected to the elementals. You're very much connected to nature, to the call of the wind, the power in the trees, the, you know, just like the essence of the moon, the wisdom of the moon. You don't have to go through this life alone, right? Like, it's like you act like you're this lone wolf, but you're not. There's so many spirits around you that are like championing you, helping you along the way. And it's just like kind of looking to see that, looking for the beauty in everything. And specifically the charging of her wand here, it's like you have so many magical tools at your disposal, and if only you were to use them, if you were to direct them and guide them. And it's funny because right before I came down to like do this message, I grabbed my rose quartz off of my altar and my key, which at times I kind of use like as a wand. The rose quartz to really anchor me and center me, and the key, like I said again, like more as a wand at times. The tools that you do have, charge is important to them. It's a very mutual, receptive sort of energy. The more that you get, more that you like put into them, the more that you can get back from it. And it's about directing their energy, directing their will, telling it what it is that it's going to do, what it is that it's here for. It's like when you are using herbs in a spell or a tea or whatever, and you activate those herbs and you charge it with intention, right? Like those herbs already have those properties, but you are specifically directing the will, and it pours more intention and more power into it. And so that is another way for you to not feel as alone. the tools that are at your disposal, right? Both tangible and intangible, the spiritual, energetic ones that you may not be able to see with your eyes. And it's really the levity of life, the levity that is living a magical life and embracing that, embracing the path less traveled, right? Not caring that you are someone who sleeps with the stars, who finds wisdom with the stars. I go walking at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's really like, it's always in my neighborhood. I'm super safe. I live in a very, very safe town. I like walking at night, like in early morning, witching hour, really, or right after the witching hour, because I like to meditate and then go walking. And for some people that's crazy, that's weird, but for me it brings me a sort of calmness and peace and stillness. It brings me so much clarity, and it helps me move throughout the rest of my day, and it does give me a sense of freedom. And back to the whole like softening, because that is what I'm also having issues with. So I asked the angels to help me, and that's why I pulled those oracle cards. I'll show them in a second, but the oracle cards again that were pulled were yin, all that glitters and flexible, and aiding in softness. Hold on, divine spirit, how exactly are we being directed to be guided by our softness, to pour into our softness, to be led by our softness, to help it unveil? We're actually just gonna take all of them. That was crazy, but we're gonna take all of them. You know, I'm hearing that song, oh, never let your light shine down, shine out, whatever. The Sun, 9 of Wands, Ace of Cups, Page of Swords, 10 of Wands. Which is funny because yin came out and flexible, right? You're able to explore your softness by just stepping into the light, whatever the light looks like for you. And specifically, the sun is about being light and letting that light be like shown to others, and like letting other people be like inspired by it. As a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna find the sun specifically in this little like guidebook. We're gonna take that as confirmation as well. I'm gonna find the sun in the guidebook because I really like the little explanation that this little booklet specifically gives. The sun shines brightly on things that feel good and bring pleasure to our innermost self. The light of the sun illuminates all that we have to hold gratitude for, and reminds us to enjoy life. We become a shining beacon for others when we are confident and appreciative. This light becomes an example of how blissful life can be. Envision the joy this card highlights in your life. This card is a gentle reminder that you yourself bring light and joy to others. Honor the light within yourself. I think it just first starts with you just accepting that you are light, that you are softness, and stop trying to change that, right? It's like your soul is calling you to just stand there naked and just to see yourself for who it is that you are. You're soft, you're loving, you're pure, you're tenderhearted, and that's okay. We all have our roles here in life, and all of that is needed for everyone. And it's like the second you can understand that you are a beacon for others, and that there's strength in softness, there's beauty and there's grace in softness. It's needed. It helps. It saves lives in ways that you couldn't even understand. So when you start to like embody that essence, rather than constantly looking over your shoulder as if you have something to prove, as if there's some kind of fight, as if you always have to be in this like warrior energy, ready to defend yourself, like make this last stand, that is when you will be able to embrace this new beginning, this new feeling, right? This new feeling of self towards yourself. And I really think it's this new love of self, coming home to self. And it's like, get curious about that here with the Page of Swords. Get curious about that and get curious about what it could look like to let go of this energy and in turn release burdens, right? Like be unburdened by who it is that you are. How, oh my goodness, strength at the bottom of the deck here, right? Like, and this strength card specifically talks about the strength of gentleness and compassion, of taming the beasts within and leading with a grace, right? A quiet sort of strength, a quiet sort of power, very lioness energy, right? She has the proudness, she has the heavyweight strength and whatnot. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. She has all of that, but she knows how to balance it. She knows when to use it, when not, right? The carrot and the stick sort of energy, I think. I hope I'm making sense here, because this is wildly scary for me. As I said, this is scary for me. The moon, right? Like our fears, or what our subconscious is like longing for, hidden desires and whatnot. You desire to be soft. You desire to just be very much mating. Very much maiden. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you some damsel in distress. It doesn't make you someone who needs to be saved or whatnot. And going back to the lioness energy, like, you can balance the polar like opposites of you. It can be that this, honestly, Five of Pentacles coming out here, literally to me, like, literally it says damsel in distress, right? Like left out in the cold, right? You're not that. You're not something that like that needs to be saved, you know, that needs to be rescued. You just need to bring balance into who it is that you are, to understand that like I'm repeating myself at this point, and so we'll wrap it up. But in closing, to be receptive to a new way of being, to be receptive to the true way of being that you are. And it's so funny that I'm talking about balancing. And at first I had my Aphrodite candle out, really communing with Aphrodite, and now I have a candle dedicated to Persephone. Persephone is like the queen of balance. She's not really the queen of balance, but in essence of like, she is the goddess of spring, goddess of fertility and all of that, right? A very much like a light goddess, but she's also the queen of the underworld, right? Like, she walks with Hades, she walks with death, and he reveres her, he loves her, he loves her darkness, he loves her lightness. There's balance in that, and there's a softness to it. You can be both the queen of the underworld and goddess of light, goddess of spring, goddess of harvest. Be joyful. You can still, again, be guided by the night and thrive in the night. And I think that it's so important that that's coming out here in Scorpio season, right? Scorpio is so known to be like depth and death and rebirth and transformation and all of that. Transform into your highest self, and understand that this path of darkness is leading you to embracing the lightness that is yourself. It's leading you to embrace the levity, the joy, the like ingenue essence that you hold. It doesn't make you any less of a woman to have a more childlike and playful and innocent spirit. It doesn't make you, it doesn't negate all of the darkness that you've gone through, all of the darkness that you have transmuted, everything that you've been through, for you to turn around and embrace who it is that you really are. You went through all of that so that you can understand that it didn't break you. So stop letting it break you, because denying this part of yourself, this essence of yourself, it is the thing that is breaking you. It is the thing that is keeping you from being receptive to what the universe has in store for you. It is the thing that's keeping you in this longing energy, because you still need to understand that you don't have to wear the scars that you've endured just for those scars to be valid. And no one else needs to know those scars just for you to be taken seriously, your path to be taken seriously, the wisdom that you have, or whatever it is that you have to offer to this world. It doesn't have to come from a place of pain. It can come from a place of light, and it doesn't make what it is that you're saying like superficial. It doesn't take away from the gravity of it. Do you get what I mean here? You don't have to exist in the shadows, in the sense of you don't have to hold on to what it is that you've been through and use it to justify. And this is so funny because that was the thing that I would do when talking about, especially when delivering messages, when delivering very positive and light messages. I would always caveat of like, look, I've been through things, I've been through darkness and all of that, and I just had to sort of realize, one, I don't like telling that. I don't need to reveal those parts of myself in order for whatever wisdom that I'm sharing here to have merit, right? It doesn't take away from the purity of my heart and the purity in what it is that I'm saying, right? It's grounded in truth, it's grounded in love, it's grounded in reality, and reality looks different for other people. You don't have to share the darkest parts of you. You don't have to show people your scars just to be taken seriously in this world. It can, if people want to think that you're naive, if people want to think that you don't know what you're talking about, or you know that you've had it easy, if people want to underestimate you, let them. That says more about them and what they've been through, right? Because they can't comprehend someone who has gone through the darkness and who has made it out on the other side and is not broken from it. Let yourself be a beacon of light for other people. It's like, hey, you can have gone through these things, but you can still have lightness in your spirit. You can still enjoy, like, and embrace the childlike wonder of the human existence. I feel like part of this was like kind of rambling, but I hope you took something from this. Let's see if Spirit has anything in closing. Divine Spirit, anything in closing? Please and thank you. We've got Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups. I don't think there's anything to say with that. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. She's very loving. She's very psychic. She knows how to plunge into the depths of her emotions and come back out. Ace of Cups literally talks about new beginnings, heart opening, you know, just new feelings in love, new feelings in how you view things, how you feel about things, and you know, things coming towards you, right? It can also speak of, you know, just overflowing in love, outpouring of love. Your cup runneth over, right, with joy, with happiness. And Ten of Cups, we know, is like ultimate happiness, love, family, union, but just also completeness, fullness, whatever it is that your end game, your end goal love looks like for you. And that doesn't necessarily have to like include another. It can, but it doesn't have to. But it's just like, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get the Ace of Cups to embrace like the Ten of Cups by embodying the Queen of Cups, just being your true nature and not being afraid of your depths and not letting your depths define you. That's what I'm getting with that. Anyway, I hope this helped. Yeah, I don't know why I'm really nervous about this one. I get really, really nervous talking about embracing lightness, viewing things differently. And I know why, and I won't get into that because I am still digesting that, and that will immediately make me cry. I will end with this. I know what it's like for people to try to break your spirit, to see that you're one way and to decide that it's wrong. And yet, time and time again, like your spirit is unwilling to be broken. And there's beauty in that. Embrace that. There's opportunity there. There's love there. There's joy there. There's fulfillment there. We're gonna end it here. Anyway, again, I hope this helped. I hope this guided you in some kind of way. Yeah, let me know. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.